The sign on the front read Fender Champ and a second-hand guitar. It was a Stratocaster with a whammy bar. We would jam in Joe's garage.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Do I sound good? No?
You sound great.
All right.
Let me know when we're, when that recording thing's happening.
All right. Well, it is June 20th, 2023. Yeah, welcome to the Three Shells podcast. Welcome back. It's season 2. Took a little bit of break. A lot has happened. Writer's strike. AI is on the rise. HBO Max is now Max.
I actually have a story to tell
Yeah.
about the writer's strike. So
Okay.
me and my girlfriend Katie, we were supposed to see Bill Hader and Seth Meyers. It was going to be like a premiere for Barry season 4 or something involving that, where they were going to show like clips,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was going to be a Q&A, and it was going to be, I don't think it was going to be in April. I forget when it was going to be, but like I want to say 2 weeks before we were going to go, writer's strike hit. So they canceled it.
Oh,
And like we're still waiting for them to
the
like,
refund?
yeah.
Yeah.
Not the refund. They're going to comp us like the next
Oh,
time that it happens,
it
but
might be a while.
it
Last
probably
one
will.
lasted 100 days. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was way back in 2007. I have a background movie for us. Um, Scream 3 on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I don't have it on VHS, unfortunately, but
I was hoping for that.
um,
It's okay. We'll have more high def.
yeah. I figured this is a good one because there's a lot of cameos in this one because it takes place in Hollywood. So I'll just plop this in. And I need to take off this jacket too. It's making too much noise. I have the. You Claire to explain what I'm wearing?
Yes, it's like a Nike track jacket that looks like a mix between
It has to do with what the movies we're talking
yeah,
about.
it's like a mix between the ghettos of Paris and the brutalism architecture of Edinburgh, Scotland. Um it's perfect though. What's it called? Scream though, to me personally, I I always get it confused with the Scary Movie. So you could show me like one clip
Yeah,
of Scary Movie and one clip of Scream, and I won't be able to tell you what's the
I
real
believe
one.
the like Scream was originally going to be called a Scary Movie, so took that idea
So
and made
all
its own
our
movie.
Jeopardy fans out there, if you're ever on Jeopardy,
Yeah,
remember that one.
useless knowledge.
Jusqu'ici tout va bien. Jusqu'ici tout va bien. Jusqu'ici tout va bien. Mais l'important c'est pas la chute. C'est l'atterrissage.
First off, these 3 movies very cheerful, very We'll start with
Dying.
La Haine. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so it's basically three teenagers to like early adults, and it follows basically a day in the life of all of them after a riot. It was like a riot involving something, and their one friend Abdel got beat up by the police, so he got put into a coma. So it follows them throughout the day. Do you want me to like spoil bits of the plot
Oh,
too?
I guess. Oh, let's wait a little bit. I guess
Okay.
yeah. No, you know what? Fuck it. Spoilers. If
Okay.
these movies are old, and I suggest you watch them. They're really good.
Yeah,
You
because the
know.
main plot is basically just three kids, like,
Yeah.
throughout the
You
day.
can't really
But
spoil much of it besides the ending.
yeah,
You know.
dude, that ending. We'll get to the ending
Yeah.
later, but soul crushing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like shed a tear when I first saw that. I, I I follow like a bunch of random pages on Instagram,
Yeah.
and one of them's like a art. It's called Art House Shit Posting,
Okay.
and it was a screen cap of the cow in the movie when
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
walks
Yeah.
across the
Yeah. Yeah.
street, and I was like, "What?" And it said like "Lying" and then 1990 whatever, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, I need to watch this." And I found it free on YouTube with the sub. Well, first rule of Free Movie Club on YouTube:
Yeah.
you do not talk about Free Movie Club. Second
Okay.
rule,
Do I
you
bleep this out?
like I just enjoy seeing a movie that's like the time only takes place in one day, and
Yeah.
and it
I wanted to say this
follows like
reminded me of Do the Right Thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, especially the shot where they get to like downtown Paris, where it's like that zoom in, zoom out shot. because I saw that
Oh,
in
the
like
Vertigo shot.
yeah, I saw that in
Yeah,
a Spike Lee
was
like
good.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a crazy
That
shot.
the first shot when he's like closing his eyes and it runs to him, kind of in a way. I've seen that in Spike Lee a lot.
Oh, the first shot in the movie.
Yeah, he's closing his eyes, but
Oh
the
yeah.
camera's far away and it runs to his face. I've seen that a lot in Do the Right Thing. And in Do the Right Thing, it just takes place in one day.
Takes place in one setting one setting, which is Paris, but it's such a big city.
It's like the
but
slums of Paris. It's like the
yeah,
outskirts, like the suburban outskirts of
yeah,
like
and like
Paris,
the
like
main
projects.
yeah, and the main characters are you have a Jewish guy, you have
Vincent Castell. Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you have an Arabian guy, and then you have a black guy,
Yeah.
and they're all friends, you know, and like it just proves like the power of like just being lower class, being
Yeah, it doesn't matter
together.
who you are.
Yeah, because they all hate the police too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just one of those human condition movies, like that's why I like it as well too, because like it feels like you're like peering into somebody else's life. It doesn't
That
feel
scene
like
where the little kid talks about like the TV show,
the actor,
the actor, yeah, and like when he's talking about it, like the other guy's just throwing rocks at him, and he's like, "I didn't do it." It's like, then who the hell is it then? Like it's so funny, like little things like that, little character moments I appreciate in
And
the film as well.
It shows you too that like all the kids, like no matter how young or old, who grow up there all know each other and have a bond.
Yeah,
Like it's not like projects that you think of in like like South Central LA where there's like a bunch of gang violence and all that stuff. Like yeah, there's obviously violence everywhere
mm-hmm.
in the world and especially in like lower class areas, but like this kind of showed that like they're all they do is hang out, and Cut Killer, the DJ, that was
Yeah.
actually him. Like he's just like blaring "fuck the police" like out the
Yeah, that was a
window.
great shot. Very impressive, especially in a
It was like a
pre-drone.
balloon.
It was a balloon.
It looked like a balloon. You
It
know
probably
what I
was a
mean?
weather balloon.
Yeah.
I was like wondering how they did that because they didn't have drones back then. So,
Not like now.
yeah,
Back in
it's
my
less
day.
impressive.
Yeah. I'm a
uh,
'90s kid. We had
90,
balloons.
95, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember the date. I think it is '95. That sounds right.
This movie predicted like eventual riots that did happen
Yeah.
against the police. I think in 2005. That's my half-assed research, but like I saw the documentary attached to this.
Well, there was riots going on in Paris too recently.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like that's in the French spirit. Maybe that's
Yeah.
me like just projecting as an American, just seeing like what's going on there. But like, it always seems like they're always fighting against something.
Yeah.
Ever since like the French Revolution.
I was about to say, yeah, ever since they brought the guillotine about,
Yeah, it's just like in
but it's
their
always
blood.
been for good reasons, I feel.
Yeah.
And like the beginning too, like what's cool about like the beginning is that all the credits are only in the beginning. Like
Yeah.
everybody who worked
A
on
lot
the
of
movie-
French movies, do that because they end with Finn
yeah.
and then it just ends.
Bob Marley, Burnin' and Luton. I love that song. And the powerful thing about that song too is that when he played it live in London, that was like I think it was like right before two-tone ska and like a bunch of Jamaican immigrants
Oh,
came
really?
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
so like a bunch of people got to see them play in London, and if you could listen to it, I think it's called like Live in London or something like that, and it just sounds so powerful. Oh, the interface. It just sounds so
okay.
powerful, and like it kind of it's a moving song, and it definitely fits.
Hein? Ça, c'est à moi qui parle, là. Oh, 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 c'est à moi que tu parles. Mec, c'est à moi qui parle, ce cul. C'est à moi qui parle, putain. C'est à moi que tu parles comme ça, mec.
One of my favorite scenes is when he's doing the taxi driver, like impersonation. You're
Yes.
talking to me, you're talking to me. You know how they did that?
I do. They had a stunt double.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
had like they built like the room around it. Yeah.
This just has so much like influence into it too. Like I don't know, I see a lot of Scorsese in it too.
I was
like
gonna say,
Goodfellas.
there's a lot of like I feel Robert De Niro isms in the characters. Not
Vincent
just the taxi
Castell
driver,
is like
yeah.
I could see like I could see Robert
Not
De Niro
now.
in the 70s
Yeah.
playing this role. Did you know the director was the skinhead that they were
I
about to
do,
shoot?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and that was like a powerful scene too, because you could see, you could see like Vin's like contemplate it, because everybody was like hyping him up, but I think purposely Hubert was like trying to hype him up to realize like, oh, maybe you don't want to kill. Yeah, that was like a real like testament, like, because I feel like if Vin's killed him, that would have made the ending less sad for me, but considering that he like kind of grew in like a day, you know?
Yeah.
It was like crazy.
Stand By Me is another one where like the kid is so fascinated with the gun and it comes in at the end.
I never saw the movie as a kid because I always found it boring, but when I went to Vermont like
Mhm.
2 years ago, I was with my girlfriend's uncle, and he put on The Goonies,
Yeah.
which is a movie I also hated as a kid. Don't know why. I
What?
love the
Are
skeleton
you kidding me?
piano
Okay.
one, but no, like now I like it.
Yeah.
But we also watched Stand By Me and Poltergeist. and,
Okay.
And Stand
Good
By Me,
good
I was like,
choices.
I
You
was
got
like,
two
oh, this
Corey
is pretty
Feldman
good.
movies there, you know. You must be a fan.
What's that one song from Corey Feldman? Ascension, Millennium.
I know
Angelic to the Core, the worst
yeah.
album of all time.
I know Go For It featuring Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Go for it. Shout out Corey Feldman. Maybe we'll do one of his movies. Oh, we did one of his movies. Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
He was in that.
Episode number 9.
What a legend.
He is. Look behind you. That's the poster right behind you.
Where?
Friday. Stand up. You can't see it? It says 3 shells. You know?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Right in front of you.
Was that Jay and Silent Bomb?
Yeah, I told you cameos galore in Scream 3.
Yo, shout out Leonard, New Jersey. That guy has a messed up hairline. I mean, I can't really speak, but
Damn, ripping on Sydney's dad over here in Scream 3.
didn't even know her
I
name.
can't believe
Is
you
that
didn't
Squash?
notice Courtney Cox's hair in the movie. Well, I'll show you it.
She's in the
She'll
movie?
show up. Oh, she's been in all of them.
I never. The only time I've seen the Scream movies is with you.
Okay. Well, you know what? You get an interesting experience while you're doing it. We'll watch the first one next time you come.
Okay, yeah. We'll
so
do a live action commentary.
You know Matthew
actually.
Lillard's in the first one.
Wait, really?
Shaggy, yeah.
Oh shit.
Wait, you gotta see Scream. Maybe we'll do that for the next podcast.
Matthew Lillard is
Yeah.
also in Twin Peaks: The Return.
Oh, really? I didn't see Twin Peaks yet.
Oh, well,
I know
I
Michael
won't
Cera
spoil
shows up
anything.
too. Spoiler alert.
Dude, that Michael Cera has the same aura and like
Oh,
vibe as Fred Armisen.
Do you want me to spoil Michael
in
Cera cameo? Because you might not even watch the show.
Sure. What show?
He's in Black Mirror. He's in the new episode of Black Mirror, and it's so funny. It's great. It's great.
What's that one movie? End of Time or whatever. End of the World. No.
What?
With Seth Rogen,
Scott
James
Pilgrim?
Franco. No, James Franco.
Oh, this is the end.
This is the end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's funny in
yeah.
that. He gets killed by
Michael
a
Cera's like
a light pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Cera's been on coke all night. You know. Yeah. Want to see a magic trick and he like blows the
in
coke
like
his
Rihanna
face.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
No, Rihanna wanted to fuck him. That was in the
I think it was the
movie.
other way around.
I don't remember. I don't know. I remember somebody saying, "Look how skinny he is and how coked out he is. I want to fuck him."
That was what's her face from The Office?
Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
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 I've been watching the Mindy Project. I'm almost done with it.
Speaking of
It's funny.
Scooby Doo characters,
Oh, the dogs are home.
yeah, you probably heard the dogs.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and another theme about these movies is like cue cards, or I don't know what you would call them, but Laine, it says the time.
Yeah.
Title
Title
City
cards.
of City of God, it says like the decades, you know, like 70s,
Yeah.
60s. And then what's it called? Same with Trainspotting, but I forget what it says. There's title
Trainspotting has
cards
like
in it.
title cards for the characters in the beginning,
Yeah, and also what's it called? It also has like the
and like the
world's
worst
toilet.
We'll get to that. That was like one of my favorite parts. Yeah, I think the ending is just a classic. Just like, holy shit, ending.
But you still think you can prevent it from happening.
Yeah.
It's like one of those films where you're like, like you watch it and you're like, I know the ending, but I still feel like it's not gonna happen, and then it still hits you. Like if you ever rewatch it, you're gonna have that feeling where you're like, I know it's gonna happen, but like I don't believe it, you know?
Courtney Cox's hair.
Oh.
The
like
reaction, yeah.
The original turf bangs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty rough.
Oh.
You never
What
saw that in
happened?
Friends. I don't know why. This was when she was doing Friends as well, so I don't know.
Classic Monica.
Uh,
The cow. The cow is a good scene. And he's like, there's the cow from the other night.
What do you think that means?
I'm not even joking. I was trying. I didn't pull up anything like what the old
looked
man
at
in
the-
the bathroom
Yeah.
or like what the cow meant. But like honestly, I like to think I have a creative mind. I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
The old man in the bathroom I don't know. I see the point to that. It's just like, oh, like just how like it gives a I don't know, a sense of perspective to the characters that, oh, we're not the only ones suffering. I'm gonna give La Haine a top shelf.
For me, it's in my top 5, so it gets the glass case.
Glass case.
It does. Like I feel like I could watch that movie like every month, and it still gives me the feeling when I start it, I like Vince isn't gonna die at the end, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's one of those where it psychologically fucks with your head, and you're like, I can prevent stuff from happening. I can prevent the torture scene, you know. I can
Yeah.
prevent Abdel's death, but like no.
Whoever smells the...
This is in Scream 3, by the way. There's a giant explosion.
Michael Bay.
Yeah. I wanted to show you.
Wait, I'm sorry. They're still rolling down.
Look at David Arquette, stunt double there. Great. What a hit. You seen David Arquette in other
Yo,
movies?
he has the gun.
Yeah, he does.
I think.
Wow,
that
what
the
a
gun
reference. Is that a La Haine reference?
Is that Zed Pequeños?
Have you seen him in other movies, David Arquette?
No.
No?
Maybe.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yes.
He's the parent. He's Max's dad.
I'll tell you a story about Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, please do.
Um,
Oh,
there's a
I'm gonna get
scene-
the DVD right there.
Okay, there's a scene where this is gonna sound so weird. I definitely had mental problems as a kid. There's a scene where we rented it from Blockbuster or like home video or something, where Lava Girl like hits Shark Boy in the butt with lava or something like that because he was being annoying, and they're on like a raft or
Oh
something.
yeah.
And I personally felt embarrassed during that scene as a kid, so my mom thought she would surprise me because she went into oh my god, hell yeah.
I have the glasses for the movie.
3D
Shark
glasses.
Boy and Lava Girl.
And
You can
my
put
mom
these
thought
on.
she would surprise me and give me a what's it called? Like buy it for me so that we could watch it at home again. And I literally cried because I thought about that scene, and I was like, I'm embarrassed about that scene, so she returned it and we got like another movie. So I don't remember what movie.
You think these will be worth something one day?
Like actually, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could see like
You got the logo on them. Troublemaker Studios.
I was
Dimension
gonna-
Pictures.
I'm gonna fuck with my eyes, so I'm gonna put it on if we put on Shark Boy and Lava Girl after Scream 3.
We should do
Yeah.
these movies. Robert Rodriguez is one of my favorite directors, just because of his story, and as a kid, I loved his movies.
Personally, me, I need to rewatch Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Well, he also directed Spy Kids, so
Oh, okay. Spy
that makes
Kids
a lot of
3D.
sense. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Never-
1 and 2 are also like
Didn't
very
see
good.
1 and 2.
I know we mentioned that in the other
Yeah.
podcast
There's the
as
one
well.
scene where
That's
they're
a
at the
crime.
water park.
Why does everyone remember that? That's like in the
know.
beginning of the movie. That's like
Because-
the most that's like literally is in
No.
the opening scene. There's
No,
nothing happens in
because-
the water park.
Because the Rocket Power video game for the PlayStation 2, one of the levels takes place in a water park that looks exactly like
Okay.
that.
Selena Gomez makes a cameo in that scene.
She was in that?
I know everything
Dude, I
about
just
Spy
remember
Kids.
I just remember
You don't
the
you don't
water
remember
park.
either you don't remember Elijah Wood as the guy?
Yeah, in 3D.
Yeah,
I'm
of
the
course.
guy.
And Sylvester Stallone as the toy maker.
And then Danny Trejo's in there as the uncle.
Yeah, Danny Trejo's in all 3.
Oh.
All right, we can go to our next film, City of God. Portuguese, Brazilian, but is in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Brazilian film. How'd you hear about this?
So I feel like I've known about it since I was like in middle school or high school. I don't know why.
I should explain the plot of the movie. So City of God is about a city in Brazil in the 1960s and 70s, and it basically tells you this like Shakespearean story about these gangs, and it follows
In the favelas.
Yeah. It basically follows this gang war and the rise of this gang through this time and through the eyes of Rocket, a photographer. I got this recommended. Shout out my editing teacher from SVA, David Cass. He recommended me this, and he showed
Gas.
he showed us the opening scene in editing class, and he basically said
Oh, with
like
the chicken.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
like, and I agree with him. He's basically said like the first scene is edited in the way where you're looking through the eyes of the chicken.
Yeah.
You know, you see the knife. It's very menacing. Like it's very scary. Like you're about to get chopped up. It's supposed to be scary, and
And you're about to escape, you know?
yeah, and then like what makes it work seeing it through the eyes of the chicken is the gang is going for the chicken as well. It makes the gang immediately a menacing force, Little Z.
Zed Pequeño.
And then it changes perspectives in such a cool way, where he sees the chicken. Well, the chicken runs on like this main road, and the main character Rocket sees the chicken. He turns around, he sees police, and he turns around, he sees the gang pointing guns at him, and then it flashes back.
Well, the cool thing about all three movies we're going to talk about
Yeah.
is the beginning scenes all tie in at some point in the movie.
1960s part.
Yeah, you have Goose, Clipper, and Shaggy.
And we have that other kid too, Little Z, but when he was younger.
Yeah, he was Lil Dise or something
Lil
like
Dise,
that.
yeah.
And then you have Benny as a kid, and you have Rocket as a kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it starts off where before the favelas, it kind of looked like a cookie cutter like town in like the Southwest.
Well, it looked like 1950s suburbs.
Yeah.
It looked like classic like welcome to the suburbs. You can
Yeah.
have a picket fence and everything.
Yeah, so like basically Shaggy, Clipper, and Goose, who is Rocket's older brother.
Yeah.
They're all in a gang. Lil Z wants to be in the gang. So basically they rob like what was it, the water truck or a gas truck.
Yeah.
And like
They're like
kinda
Robin Hood
Hoods,
figures.
yeah.
They don't just rob it like I'm not saying what they're doing is good, but they're not selfish when they're robbing from
considering
people.
Brazilian governments have always been pretty like
Yeah.
bad, maybe what they're doing was good.
They didn't kill people too, which
That is
distinguishes those three from the little
Yeah, Zed Pequeño.
Zepequeño. What
Yeah.
do they rob, by the way, when they run from
when
the
they
police?
do the big robbery.
Yeah.
I think that was either. Cause I'm actually not sure. It was either like a brothel or a casino or
Yeah.
something that was like.
A hotel, maybe,
Yeah,
right?
I
Yeah.
think so. But like they just robbed them, and they didn't know where Lil Z was, and they thought the police were starting.
Yeah,
to
they're on the
shoot.
run. Yeah.
So they ran and they crashed their car. So basically, they went from small heist to a bigger heist. They crashed the car. Clipper breaks his leg. They all hide out in like the trees at night, and Clipper decides, "Oh, I'm gonna join the ministry or something like that, like be a man of God." And we don't see him again for the rest of the film.
Yeah, I
But
was
that
like
scene where
happy
he's-
ending for him. I
Well,
guess.
the scene where he's like limping down the street, and you see the cops like aim at him, and
and
then
then
the
there's
guy
another
walking
kid.
past,
Yeah.
yeah, the guy walking past just immediately turns around and runs from the police. I like to think that like if Clipper was the one to run from the police, he would have gotten shot. But like he was just chilling there, and the dude had a suitcase and all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought he just chose not to like act calm. I forgot his leg
Yeah.
was fucked up, and that's why he didn't run.
But also like what's it called? The scene where like the guy's gun goes off and it travels and it hits the mirror.
Yeah, that
and
was
it looks like it's
crazy.
about to hit him. That's
Ricocheted.
that's a crazy shot. Shaggy falls in love with this one girl.
When he first sees this girl, they play like
Yeah.
dramatic music for a second. It's like very like telenovela, like very like, and I guess that's the influence because it is Spanish. So not Spanish, but South American Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bossa Nova started in
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
New-
it's
which-
you're gonna get some of that romantic element to it. The scene that broke my heart is when he's pushing the taxi.
and he
And
gets
they
shot in the
yeah.
side.
The dad finds out about Rocket's older brothers robbing and looting.
Yeah.
So he kicks him out.
Yeah, and then he goes to Lil Z and Benny for his money, shoots him dead. Well, Lil Z killed everybody. in
Yeah,
the
we don't
big
find out
heist.
about it, but let's talk about it now.
Yeah.
Just chilling, dude. Like I think that even more than when the kid gets shot in the foot, like watching the kid like kill these these innocent people and helpless people too. Like this kid is just sick. He's like a psycho and like so young. It's scary. It's really scary.
This is gonna sound super fucked up of me, but when he killed the two people, like his first two victims, and just immediately started doing that demonic laugh.
Yeah, he started laughing. That was scary.
I thought it was awesome. I'm sorry. Like,
I thought it was
awesome.
scary, dude. Like that's like I don't know. Watching someone that young be so evil is kind of like how do you see the world? How did
He was a product of his environment, you know? Well, then he fled, and then he would just rob people and went back to the city of God. And then that's when he was with Benny, and they were counting the money.
Yeah.
And Goose was like, "Oh, give me my money. You know, I'm like skipping town."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wait, don't forget your gun." And then he turns it around and just shoots him dead. And it goes to the montage of him. Dude, that's such a good montage. And that blends into the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, basically, because nothing really happened with Rocket.
It's very dark, but at times it's very chill and hangouty and
Yeah.
like it's a vibe.
Like when they're on the beach.
Every scene on the beach is like, damn, beautiful, man. It's such a beautiful cinematography. Oh, in the scene when they're swimming in the lake, it's also
Yeah,
another
when
beautiful
they're
scene.
kids,
And
yeah.
their kids, yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy too to think. Oh, they were just swimming and they're kids, and then like
Yeah.
a day later, Lil Z's
Jesus
just gunning
gets killed.
down.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean.
so
It's just
many
like
people. Rocket's older now, and they're leaving. They're going to school or leaving school. I think they skip school and they go to the beach. And
Yeah.
he's taking photos and doing like street photography, and he gets a kiss from, what's her name?
I
The
forget.
girl. Starts with an A.
Yeah, I forget.
The girl.
I'm not good with character names, to be honest with you.
When it comes to foreign films, it's kind of hard to remember.
I remember Carrot because
Yeah,
it
Carrot,
brought me
yeah.
back to Daddy Daycare. You know, great Daddy Daycare reference.
BROCCOL.
Although Daddy Daycare came a year after this. We did it. We talked about Daddy Daycare at the right time. It's celebrating its 20th anniversary this year.
Really?
Yeah.
They gotta like what's it called?
Yeah, they have to upgrade it. They never upgraded to Blu-ray. It's still in standard definition.
The scene with the shit would be so much better, or the dead mouse. That
I
would
want
look
to
great
see. I
in
want to see the
HD.
iconic carrot and broccoli battle.
It's like the Cell games in Dragon Ball.
Speaking of carrots in battle, there's a character named Carrot. That's why I brought
Yes.
up Daddy Daycare. He's
Yeah.
kind of like the head honcho of the city,
Well,
the drug dealing.
Well, you get to see. So they're celebrating, I think, Lil Z's birthday or something like that. Him and Benny, and they're talking about the different rackets of like drug rackets, gangs, like that are going on, and he's like, well, let's just start tonight, like, or let's just start now, like taking out the rackets. But the only reason he didn't take out Carrot is because of the apartment, I think. Or there was like another reason. There was some reason why he didn't mess with Carrot. So he killed everybody else.
Too big.
Nah, it was something else than that, because I feel like Lil Z wouldn't care about too big or not.
That's true.
But anyway, he decides, oh, like, we're not gonna kill Carrot. And then I think like the scene after that is when Rocket and his friend are like, let's do something bad. Let's rob a bus or something like that. And
Yeah.
immediately when they get on the bus, they meet Knockout Ned, who we'll meet later in the film. But do you know who Knockout Ned is?
He is the guy who shoots. It's very complicated, but he's one of the guys who's like no killing with Carrot, right?
Well, I don't mean about this movie. Do you know who Knockout Ned is? You know where he's from?
Oh,
or
no.
you know what else he was in? He was
No.
in Life Aquatic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I think his name's like Soe Jorge or something.
I haven't
like
seen
that.
Life Aquatics. No.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
he plays David Bowie songs on a classic.
Did I tell you I saw Astro City?
It's
came
out
out.
already?
No, well, it is, but it came out in like New York and like
Oh.
LA and specifically, and I went to a Q&A with Jason Schwartzman as a guest, and it was good, man. It was a good movie.
Jason Schwartzman was in the you watch I Think You Should Leave.
No,
Oh, he was in the new season. He had like one like skit.
I know he voices the new villain in the Spider-Man movie too.
I have no intentions on seeing the new Spider-Man movie.
it's
I'm
so
sorry. Like
It's good.
I don't know why. I just can't really do superhero movies right now. But yeah, so we meet Knockout Ned, and he's like, I'm all about, or they're about to like rob him of the money, and he's like,
Yeah.
hey, you kids are from the city of God. And they're like, yeah. And then he's like, I'll let you guys go for free. And they're like, ah, shit, we're not going to rob him now. And he was like, I'm all about peace and love, man. And they're like, okay, let's rob this diner then. And they go there, and the girl's flirting with Rocket and gives him her number. And they're like, shit, we can't rob that. Well, let's rob this guy who's going to pick us up. And it was a Palisto. That's like somebody from Sao Paulo. And Sao Paulo. And what's it called? They were like, oh, we're gonna rob him. And he's like, hey, I got a joint in there. You guys want to smoke? And they're listening to rock music, just driving around. And they're like, we can't rob this guy, you know. So it shows that Rocket's not meant for the crime life, you know.
Yeah. I just never
you know.
I think Rocket just. I just took that as like just he never was going to do it. He just kept finding excuses not to.
Well, I feel like the movie has to do a lot about luck because like Lil Z grew up with a gang, so then he started doing gang stuff.
Yeah, Lil Z's kind of like, but Lil Z grew up in a gang with no killers. That's why I said like Lil Z, something's fucked. Like something's like that guy is this.
He made the guy
it's scary. It's like a Michael Myers situation where like what drew this kid to kill? A lot of people are afraid of killing.
Yeah,
frankly,
which
like
makes
Vincent
sense.
Castell is that character, all tough and like thinks he's so tough, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
This little kid is thirsty for it and does it like willingly and like does it to helpless people tied up. That's what makes it.
He doesn't lose a minute of sleep of it, which is the crazy part.
Yeah, that's what's scary. Like it's just like. I don't know. It's like a Joker thing. He's literally the Joker. When he's when someone is like annoying him, he just shoots him.
Caralho aí, quem tá de Mané Galinha é bom mesmo, hein, Zé? 12 bandidos pra correr assim do nada, maluco. Ele chegou do nada, Cala a boca, meu irmão. Chato pra caralho, porra.
Benny buys new clothes and dyes his hair, but
Yeah.
there's a song that's playing while that's happening, and it's from this musician from the 70s in Brazil called Raul Seixas, Seixas.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a great musician. Like honestly, the song that's playing is called Metamorphose Ambulante, which translates in English to Walking Metamorphosis. So not only is it a great song,
he's
but the
changing,
title,
yeah,
because you see him, he's like changing his things, you know, after like he has sex with the girl and they're on the bed like smoking weed, listening to rock music, and he's like, I just want to get out of here, smoke weed, live on a farm, and listen to rock music. Like that's such a vibe.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like very hippie.
Chill.
It's very hip. Well, they're in the 70s.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure that wave kind of took a little bit longer.
It
to
did
hit
because in
Brazil.
Argentina, the like hippie wave was in the 80s.
When
It's
they
one of
played
those
Kung
movies,
Fu Fighting.
Yeah.
Oh!
That scene, dude, that scene.
That's okay.
Also,
It
yeah,
felt-
everybody was kung fu fighting.
In a movie with so much misery and death and so much just grim shit, I was just so happy at that moment. Just because like at that point everyone was, besides Lil Z,
Yeah.
everyone was, you know,
It shows
doing
how
their thing. Everyone was
isolated he
happy. It made me forget that I saw a kid get shot in the foot like 15 minutes ago. And then when
is.
the
Z
music
starts
changed,
fighting with,
and he
Benny,
starts
yeah.
fighting with Lil Z, and it you know, epilepsy warning. It starts flashing. Just crazy.
And that guy was meant to kill Lil Z too. He wasn't meant to kill Benny.
Yeah, and you finally see Lil Z have some sort of emotion to someone because someone he loves finally is dead, and it seems like he finally understands the concept of death.
Yeah.
You know.
He understands it, but then
But like
immediately
he finally
goes
it
on a
hits
spree.
It hits, yeah, but it hits him. Like
Yeah.
I've never seen like you never see emotion from him at all besides laughter, like sadistic laughter,
Joy from
Sick
doing
joy,
horrible
yeah.
stuff.
yeah, sick joy or anger. You want to talk about the ending and what happened to the ultimate fate of Z?
Yeah. So Zeb Pequeno gets gets shot by the like poor kids that always steal from places, and he made one of the kids in his gang kill one of them. Like they're kind of like they fuck around with a bunch of shit, but he basically hands them his gun, and then he's like, we gotta we got to rebuild or something like that. And then they yell, this is a Soviet attack. And then they just start shooting him. And then, what's it called? Rocket takes the photo of him. Knockout Ned dies because he killed the one guy's father. And the one kid joined the gang just to kill Ned. The Brazilian Timothy Chalamet gets shot in the truck. Carrot gets arrested with somebody else. Yeah, just like I don't.
He gets shot by the.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
comes back to get him and bite him in the ass.
It does, yeah,
The reason why Z was shooting at the kids in the first place, they were just talking shit about him,
yeah.
and his ego is that fragile that it gets to him. He doesn't kill the kid; he shoots him in the foot, which is kind of
That's true. He makes another kid kill a kid.
Yeah, which is that's what I'm saying. It's even worse. Somehow it's even worse than killing a kid. It comes back to bite him though, because the kids get revenge.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it seems very triumphant. But afterwards, the kids, like, when you're walking, they're like, oh, let's do this, let's do this.
Oh,
I'm
and they're like,
"Damn."
does anybody know how to write? And they're like, no, because they want to like write something on the wall or something like that.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah.
to, like, a
Anybody know how to
message.
read or write? And
Yeah.
they're like, no.
Yeah. So they've killed someone before they know how to read or write. It's
Yeah.
another cold. A lot of these movies are very cold-blooded and like depressing.
Yeah.
Great triple feature you got here.
Thank you. I
Um,
only aim for the best.
I'm thinking glass case. I think this is like
Yeah.
a classic. I do have my issues with it. Like the pacing's a little bit wonky, in my opinion, but other than that, I loved it. I was kind of blown away of just like the filmmaking techniques.
I'll say this: I'm giving it a top shelf. It is a great movie in my eyes. I would say it's in like my top like 15 or something like that. Oh, who's Scream? Who is that?
Oh, it's the director of the movie said of the. It's very convoluted. It's Sydney's brother. Spoilers for Scream 3, but that's a reveal.
He looks like somebody I know.
He's
Like-
supposed to replicate Quentin Tarantino. He's supposed to be like this hotshot director.
Where's the feet?
I don't know.
And the N word.
It's one of the more controversial retconny reveals of the series. I don't mind it.
This is like the meta like ending.
No, this is when they go back to the events of the first one and they kind of recontextualize it in like a Sandman killed Uncle Ben way.
Oh, yeah.
So people don't like it. I don't mind it because it's a silly Scooby-Doo mystery like series.
Matthew
why I love-
Lillard.
Yeah, I love Scream. That's why I love the Scream series. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you right now, but what would you give rating for City of God?
Top shelf. You know, like it's like a movie that I would watch like once every year.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like I love it, but you know, I don't want to give too many glass casings, but I also feel like I don't know, I'm able to relate more with Haine than I can with City of God.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with like movies I watch, I want to have like a decent amount of relation, not just be thrown into the world, but like being thrown into that world, it was top notch, you know?
It's a great example of like
Yeah.
if you're a beginner
And for
if-
everybody to be like amateurs on like set, basically, like most of them amateurs, like they killed it.
No, it's great cinematography. There's a lot of shots that reminded me of The Matrix when I went around.
Yeah. There's the one shot where Rocket is like running
Yeah.
like around like a corner or something like that, and it just has like this crazy kind of just like turn with it.
This is a great entry into like foreign film. I think this movie.
Yeah.
That and Lahem, they're great. They're very relatable, very tragic, you know, very easy to relate to the characters because we all can connect with that in
Yeah.
some way. You know, loss or you know,
Isolation.
isolation,
Yeah.
or just like feeling like you don't fit in, frustration.
All the things you want to feel on
Yeah.
a daily basis.
Yeah. What are you gonna give the rating though?
Oh, top shelf.
Top shelf?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's shite being Scottish! With the lowest of the low! The scum of the fucking earth!
Our third film is Trainspotting.
Okay, yeah. So when I was in high school, probably my freshman year, I remember I've explained this to Ethan before, but I think it was just something along the lines of I pulled up movies about heroin because I wanted to see a movie about heroin for some reason. And that's like one of the first things I got. There was another one. There was an Irish film. It's like Adam and something, or like something in Adam, and it just follows a day in the life of two Irish guys who are heroin addicts. I forget the name of it. It's like not that
I
good.
think
of
there's
a
one with
movie.
Al Pacino in the 70s as well.
What's it called? Yeah, and I just remember watching it, and like I don't think I fully processed everything, but I would watch it like once a month when I was like 14 to like 16. Bro, the funny thing is, you ever read the book? My friend Dylan has the book. So it's written in like phonetically how they speak.
Oh, really?
The book's like unreadable.
The one scene, we're jumping right into this.
Yeah.
Spoilers, by the way. The
Easily.
one scene where the job interview, and he's just going off after he takes like speed or something.
Just to get my foot in the door.
That's when I turned on the subtitles. I could not understand anything he was saying.
Yeah,
Like,
Spud. Yeah.
I think he's my favorite character. I'm not gonna lie.
And he's in Julian Donkey Boy.
He's the most innocent, and like he's the one that honestly gets the worst because he goes to jail. He's the only one that goes to jail.
Yeah, but Ewan McGregor gives him the money at the end.
Yeah, but he spends time. Saw it freshman year of college. Shout out Liam Ahern. He showed it to me. It was like during a series of like movies where he was just like, yo, you gotta see this. Yo, you gotta see this. And it was a lot of like film bro stuff. There was like Goodfellas, Mad Max. And then it was one of them was this. And like, I think this was my favorite one out of all of them, especially even Goodfellas at the time. I think
Damn.
Goodfellas is better now, but I think it's because of the pacing of this. This is like a 90-minute movie, but like so much happens.
I know.
And it's like all the phase and like time, kind of like how, I don't know how it feels like to be on like an addict on heroin. So like I don't know how like time works when you're on that shit. So like,
I think it's like a mix of slow and fast.
and
Because
that's
your
what
body's
that's what the
slow,
movie.
but like time just moves by faster.
That's exactly how the movie's paced. When Tommy dies, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like there was this one moment where he's in the like he only has a few scenes, but like it is.
You know who Tommy is? You ever play MW2?
That's him.
He's Soap.
Ewan McGregor somehow makes this guy likable. This
Yeah.
guy is an ass. He ruins the life of his friend. He
Yeah, but
he
he's
steal-
like he was an addict, you know? Like
he stole sex. He didn't. He stole a sex tape and ruined his friend's life.
Top 30 goals volume 1 or whatever.
Like, sure, he's an addict, but like he didn't need to take his friend's like tape. That doesn't have to do with anything.
And it did create the downward spiral.
It did create
yeah.
that's what I mean. Like it ruined his life. He never said sorry, never admitted to it, and then like.
But then he gave Tommy money for another hit when he visited him when he was
how
dying
nice,
of AIDS.
how nice
Yeah,
of him,
how nice
of him.
And he kicked
After
the
he was
soccer
clean,
ball.
so he knew it was bad. You
No,
know, like,
Tommy wasn't.
yeah, but he was. He
Yeah.
could have helped, but he didn't even help out his friend after he knew.
Yeah, but at the time, AIDS was a death sentence, so he was like,
That's
might as
true.
well give, you know.
That's true.
Well, I mean, like,
I
at the
forgot.
time,
I forgot
mean,
he died.
even-
I forgot he died of AIDS. I thought he died
Well,
of
no,
an overdose.
No, he died of like some weird disease because the cat was shitting everywhere and he was ingesting the fumes all day, and then he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And then it's
just
explained at
died-
the funeral.
He just dies in such a comedically tragic way. You know, the high school girl,
Yeah,
the wife in No Country for Old Men,
that's her.
Josh Brolin's wife.
Luann.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
She's someone else too. She's Meredith from Brave. That,
Oh really? Wow, she
Scottish. You know,
yeah, Scottish. It's shite being Scottish.
we're the lowest of the low.
Some people
The
hate the
scum of the
British.
earth.
Some people hate the British. They're just wankers. On the other hand, we're colonized by wankers.
One of my favorite quotes from this movie is when he's at the nightclub in London and he's like, "In the future,
Yeah, I was gonna mention
there'll be no guys and girls. There'll be just wankers."
and I'm fine
I'm
with
fine
that.
with that.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
He's such a cynic. But
He's
like,
an ally.
Yeah, I love this character. I
Yeah.
love the character even though he's such a shithead.
What do you think of Begbie?
Okay. Do you remember Mr. McTade's class?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Hitler movie we watched?
Yeah.
That's Begbie.
That was Begbie.
That's Begbie.
I think I said that to you in class too, because we sat next
Yes,
to each other.
that's
Yeah.
when you mentioned it.
Oh my god.
Literally plays Hitler in another movie. So,
He
Yeah.
has erectile dysfunction in the second
oh, that's
movie.
hilarious. Is it worth watching?
Yeah, like if you like Trainspotting, like if you
Yeah.
enjoyed the movie and you've seen it
'Cause-
multiple times, yeah.
Like the character doesn't really go through an arc at the end. He kind of is the same person he is. He claims that he's gonna do better, but the shot selection doesn't really indicate that because it's clear. And then he says all the stuff that he's saying. I'm gonna have the picket fence. I'm gonna have the kid. I'm gonna have the wife.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
choose
blah blah.
life. Yeah.
But it gets very unfocused, and then you see him smile. It's like, no, he's not gonna do that. He has all this money right now. He's gonna probably blow it in a week.
You gotta watch.
I gotta watch the second one.
Even though I didn't think it was like that good. Yeah, you should watch like Trainspotting
Trainspotting
too.
too.
Though, yeah,
It's good.
It'll like answer questions to like what you're
And
questioning.
does it
about.
end satisfying too?
Trainspotting too?
Yeah. Is it, like,
Actually,
worthy of
yeah.
a
No,
sequel?
actually, no. Like the ending is very satisfying.
Okay.
Like it is.
Okay.
The ending.
Because I know sequels, especially sequels that like have a long time between 1 and 2. But
The-
like the batting average on that is kind of spotty.
Soundtrack's great. Moby's big on the soundtrack.
What plays at the end? The last song.
Oh,
I
that's-
love that song.
That's an electronic group called Underworld, and the song's Born Slippy. That's how you know that it's like
sick.
United Kingdom type.
It's sick.
Yeah. Wild boy, and then angel boy in the doorway, boy. Yeah, all the electronic music in it. They have Iggy Pop, Lust for Life in the beginning. Lou Reed, for what's it called, Perfect Day when he's overdosing.
The director Danny Boyle.
He's the other guy,
Yeah.
the lower tier drug dealer.
He directed that movie Yesterday as well.
I still never
That was
seen
the
it.
only movie I've
Don't-
seen from him. Otherwise,
Dude,
I
don't
did not
plan on
like it.
seeing it.
The premise is stupid as fuck. You know?
Like without the Beatles, there would be no Radiohead, no Coldplay. You know.
That and
So
like
how would
if
the
the
world be the
Beatles never
same?
existed and some guy just randomly started singing their songs, it would not become successful just like that.
No.
Like it's a lot more to it than just the songwriting.
I've been listening to the Beatles a lot.
Really?
Recently. Yeah. How do you feel about the White Album?
Not my favorite, but it has some of their best songs. You know, it's hard to like deny that.
I personally believe all of the
I-
all of the George songs on it.
Yeah.
Most of the John songs, some of the best Beatles songs.
I was gonna say
Paul McCartney songs on it just suck. Besides like maybe
Oh.
2 of them.
I kind of like. I was gonna say like I kind of like that the fact like it's basically just 3 solo albums.
Yeah.
You know? It basically is just 3 solo.
With
albums.
Ringo.
Yeah, with Ringo. You know.
Except on the first 2 songs.
It's like their first three solo albums, and it's their best material in my opinion. If you're gonna judge it by that, and that's kind of how I judge the album because it's such a like weird release. You know.
What's your favorite?
A Beatles album.
If you can name
Mm.
it. Or you can name top 3 if you don't feel comfortable naming the favorite.
Yeah, my top 3 would have to be like Rubber Soul, Abbey Road, and the White Album. But the White Album is like
It's like a compilation.
it's like
album.
I like the White Album is kind of like 3rd place easily. Like
It's
I
genre
it's in
bending.
between like Abbey Road and like Rubber Soul. I love the vibe of Rubber Soul. I love like how it's just like the perfect mixture between new and old.
That was my first favorite Beatles album.
Hmm
But my favorite is Revolver.
I
It has
the sequencing in that album I'm not a big fan of.
I'm
Like, I'm-
Only Sleeping though, best Beatles song. I'll die on that fucking hill.
Really?
And it has the saddest Paul song for no one.
I like that song, but the last 2 tracks are just A1 for me. I love Got
Yeah.
to Get You Back to into my life and
Tomorrow Never Knows.
Tomorrow
Dude,
Never
that song
Knows.
sounds like what it probably sounds like when you die. The shit scene.
for the season premiere of season 1 we talked about RV.
Yeah.
And there's a legendary shit scene in that one.
I have RV on DVD, not on me. I used to have the live action Fat Albert film in my car with Kenan Thompson.
I'm aware of that movie. I'm sure it's terrible right now.
Me and my friend were
That's
like,
one I haven't seen in like 15 years.
well,
on,
me
like,
and my
RV.
friend were like, we should record music, and we're like, yeah. So I went to his house, and we had no ideas, and I'm like, I have Fat Albert in the car. You want to drink Diet Coke, get some McDonald's, and watch, Fat Albert.
How'd
And
that
he's like,
go?
it went great.
Yeah.
So the shit scene where basically he got too hammered, woke up, shit the bed, and then the mom was like, "Oh, I'll take the sheets. Everybody has a mess." And they're having a tug of war, and it opens and goes all over the family and all over the food.
I didn't know what that was at first. I didn't know he shot himself. I
Yeah.
thought he was like bleeding at first.
No. Well,
Really.
that's what heroin addicts like.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
usually shit themselves. And he was also drinking.
So I was gonna ask you, how does it compare to RV? The shit scene from RV. You know the shit scene from RV?
I do know the shit scene from
Yeah.
RV where they have the tube.
Yeah.
I would say that one's a little worse because it's like they built up the shit scene where it was like
Yeah.
the pacing was super quick and it goes everywhere, and then like Mark wakes up and has breakfast with this
Yeah.
this teenage girl's family that he just fucked from the night before.
I'm gonna go on a little RV tangent.
Yeah.
But on the DVD, they had a whole special, like a whole thing, like behind the scenes special for the DVD about the poop scene. And
I have
apparently,
the DVD too. I should pop
Yeah,
it
you
in
pop
when I
it
go
in.
home tomorrow.
yeah, it's very interesting.
RV is a very scatological movie at moments also, which is very exciting for me because, I think that fecal matter jokes are always hilarious.
That was one they had to work on for weeks to try and get the right consistency. What does that know? Do we put lumps in it? Corn?
The DVD menu is iconic. It's like both the Gornigies RV and the Monroe's RV battling against
Wow,
each
you
other.
really know your shit. I wouldn't have. You could have.
I love RV, man. I'm the biggest RV fan out here.
You could
I
have
will
said
be-
for $1 million, name the two families in RV, and I would have never gotten the Gornigies and
the Monroes.
Yeah,
And Monroe's are the Robin Williams, and the
Yeah.
Gornigies are
are the
Jeff Daniels family.
Yeah.
Cowboy family. Iconic cowboy family.
what other scenes? When he overdoses.
Yeah.
You ever go to the
Oh,
emergency
when he
room?
sinks into the rug.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
And
I
Mother
never.
Superior puts the thing in
I've
there.
only been to the emergency room once. That was when I had like an asthma attack when I was like 10.
I had an experience. I'm not gonna go into detail, but I had an experience that was kind of like Renton's.
Oh, really?
Going into not like that deep of level,
Yeah.
but like where like I didn't know what was going on,
Right.
and I remember that scene is like actually how it is in real life because I was
Like
like
accurate.
yeah,
yeah.
because I was being like pushed along a stretcher, and my head was also like cocked down to the side, and I was like looking at all these people just
Oh,
passing
really?
by, but like
Wow.
not being able to like make their face and all that stuff. Yeah, like a scary thing. Like I watched it before that happened, and then watching it happen after. That you see, like that's like kind of like I watched No Country for Old Men, didn't
And
get
the-
into a car
the car
accident, and
accident,
then I got
yeah.
into one, and I was like, okay, that like hits a little different
Yeah.
now, because it's like accurate, I like the scene where like Begbie goes like finds Renton where he's living, and then what's it called? He's like, give me a pack of smokes, and you just see the packs of cigarettes kind of pile
Yeah,
up
just pile
in the
up.
corner.
I love how like no matter how hard he can't escape his friends.
Yeah.
They'll always just follow him. His mates.
Why'd you? He's a mate. That's the thing. When Tommy's working out and he's talking about like Begbie beating that guy in like the pool bar or whatever,
Yeah.
and I had to use the subtitles for that because I kept hearing him say he's a mate, but I had no clue that's what he was saying, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is he? I have no like what?
He's a mate. I think this is just like the most rewatchable one out of all of them. The most uplifting out of all of them because it has an optimistic ending.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a top shelf.
I'll
What
give
about
it a
you?
top shelf as well. Yeah, definitely a movie that everybody should watch.
You know?
Then Air reference.
Oh, Nike
Yeah.
shoes. I guess so. Have you seen that movie?
No. I listened to the bonus episode though.
Oh yeah,
Everybody check out the bonus episode.
it's a great dad movie. I don't know if I mentioned it in the pod, but okay. I have one more thing. I have
was
a
gonna
little
say,
quiz.
Is there any fun games, any quizzes?
Yeah.
This is my favorite part actually.
Remember how I mentioned that I went to like an Astral World, Travis Scott, Astral City premiere?
Yeah, just don't go into the mosh pit.
They gave away these cool little
Astro City keychain thingies. You can win this. If you get 4 out of the 7 questions, and these are questions based on like the previous episode, so let's see if you have a good memory of what we discussed.
Oh, the previous episode between me and you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
What newly released A24 film did we talk about?
The Whale.
You are correct.
Yes.
Okay. In the Royal Tenenbaums, we talked about Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller. Name 3 Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller movies
Oh,
that are not Royal Tenenbaums.
okay, yeah. Meet the Parents.
Okay.
Can I say Meet the Fockers?
I'm not gonna. No,
You're not gonna do
that
it.
doesn't count.
Starsky and Hutch.
Unless you just.
Zoolander.
Yes. Zoolander,
Yeah. You could pull up Starsky and Hutch.
I've never Starsky. and Hutch.
Yeah, I think they're like cops. I don't know.
Owen Wilson.
It seems funny.
I don't see it.
It's a house made for ants.
Oh,
I'll
I
pull
see it. I see it.
You do?
Yeah, it's like a 70s throwback, ish thing. Looks terrible, but maybe it's funny. I don't know.
It's always on TV. It's like one of those.
Yeah, it turns like a
movies.
TBS type of movie. What actress appears in both Daddy Daycare and Royal Tenenbaums?
Angelica Houston. I almost
Yes.
forgot her name. I was gonna say
Yes.
Morticia.
She also appears Morticia Addams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if I forgot the name and I said Morticia Addams and she also dated Jack Nicholson, I should have gotten it.
She's also in Buffalo 66, a movie we covered on the podcast.
We have to talk about Vincent
Gallo.
We have to talk
We can
about
do
it
a little
right now.
Right now, okay.
My one friend that I made on tour, he runs like the label that I'm on
Uh-huh.
for one of my projects. We usually talk once a week, and every time we talk for like 4 hours, and it's always at like 11 at night.
Yeah.
So like we're always like sleep deprived at the end. He mentioned to me, he's like, "Do you know who Vincent Gallo is?" Because I was talking about like some movie, and I'm like, "No," and he's like, "Pull up his website." Have you ever pulled up his
Yeah,
website?
we talked about it on the podcast. He has like a date thing where you
Dude,
pay like
the best one was
$500,000 on a
even though
date.
even though he's a fan of Derek Jeter, he does not want an interracial relationship. That is so fucking bizarre.
I did not
Like-
read that. That's actually funny.
I'm not even joking when I read that because like Yankees
I didn't know
fans,
he was a Yankee fan.
Well,
I
I-
didn't take him as a Yankee
like
fan.
I know that you're not just a Yankees fan, but a big Derek Jeter fan.
Yeah,
The other guys, Derek Jeter's in the other guys.
I've never seen the other guy.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg shoots him in the leg.
Okay, wow.
That's not a
Isn't
spoiler.
The Rock in that one?
He is,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
The Rock, Samuel L. Jackson, Will Ferrell, Eva Mendes.
A
who is-
stacked cast.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to mention that I stumbled upon the website and I was in
Have you seen
horror.
any of his movies?
No, I need to see Buffalo 66. I need to.
Incredible,
Yeah.
incredible.
Isn't there a
Like-
movie where he like Chloe Sevigny gives him a blowjob?
Yeah, that's his other movie. I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
I heard that one is kind of okay, but yeah. Oh, okay. Let's get back to the questions.
Okay,
Angelica
so-
Houston's great in that movie, though. Name 5 songs from the Royal Tenenbaums soundtrack.
Okay. Hey Jude.
Okay.
Fly from Nick Drake when he's on the bus. What's it called? These Days from Nico. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Oh fuck, why'd you give me 5? And there's so many songs, I should know this. Let me think of scenes.
Uh-huh.
No, this would have been my win. What's it called? There has
5.
April what's
4,
it called?
3.
April Stays from Simon and Garfunkel.
There was Rock the Casbah.
No, the best scene, Needle in the Hay.
Oh, Needle and Hay, Sam Elliott. Yeah.
I am pissed at myself. you don't give it to me, considering
Yeah. Okay.
I was listening to Elliott Smith on the way here.
Oh, Sam Elliott. Elliott Smith. My bad.
I was listening to
Sam
Elliott
Elliott
Smith.
is an actor.
Yes. I was listening to Elliott Smith on the way here, and I'm fucking pissed at myself that I didn't get that. Wow. What a fan I am. And I even said Fly from Nick Drake. That's like not even like a big song, really.
What was the film that was filmed concurrently with No Country for Old Men?
There'll Be Blood.
All right. Why you
yeah,
win?
well, I
There
want
you
it,
go.
but I still want to answer.
Yeah, we'll answer the questions, but here's your little alien dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It might be rare someday. Who knows?
That's true.
Oh, out of the kids from Daddy Daycare, who was a successful actor?
Elle Fanning.
Okay, yes. List the 3 of the kids' names.
Like in real life?
No.
Oh, okay. Max, Nikki. I almost said Dimitri.
Demetrius.
Becca.
Try to go as much.
Try to go more.
Try to go
Tony.
Okay.
Christopher.
Tony's Flash.
Yeah, Tony is Flash. Yeah.
Ben.
Oh my God, I
forget
forgot
Ben.
Ben. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm forgetting all the obvious things that I.
And the last question is. Oh, that was the last question. Oh, that was a little bit anticlimactic. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was only 6.
Was it 6? 1, 2, 3. Was that 6 questions? That was 7 questions. Yeah. Do you want to shout out anything before the episode ends?
Yeah, I mean, my band Jazz 300. We've been recording stuff. You can check us out on YouTube. We've been posting just jams we've been doing, but we actually have an album in the way. The name of the YouTube channel is Vamonos Pest, named after the Breaking Bad episode. And just pull up Vamonos Pest Argentina Dog or Argentinian Dog. That's one of the jams we have.
Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, sorry for kicking off the second season on a depressing note, but this is what Danny wanted to watch, and I don't mind it because it's great cinema. And we usually don't do foreign films, so it was cool that we did it. Yeah, follow the Instagram page, and till next time.
Do.